Hello, my listeners. I welcome you to an exciting and interactive deliberations this moment. I remain Chigozendebo, the host anchor. We all understand that the Nigerian government have written a petition against Mazis Simon Ekpa over what they consider to be a violation and activities or incitement by Simon Ekpa through his S handle that is causing insecurity allegedly in eastern parts of Nigeria, described as the Biafran territory. Now, following this development, the head of Bureau of Investigation of the Finland government has allegedly accused Simon Ekpa based on the report submitted by the Nigerian Defense Headquarters that Simon Ekpa was inciting and constituting crisis or insecurity in the eastern part of the country. And this is the latest development. And this informs the reasons why the attorneys, international attorneys, has vowed to defend Simon Ekpa based on United Nations laws bordering on self-defense, self-determinations, and the fundamental human rights. And this is quite interesting, just as Mr. Donald Trump had a very emergency meeting of international religious freedom. You know, there have been gross violation of the fundamental rights of the people within Nigeria as it borders on religious freedom. There have been several killings, assaults on Christians in particular within the Nigerian states across the northern part of the country, and the continued intimidations and suppressions of the Christian communities. Now, this has given Donald Trump a reason to revisit Nigeria. Well, that we were going to discuss in a separate interview. As you continue to follow us, don't forget to hit the like buttons, turn on the notification buttons so that you can get a video once it's been uploaded. Now, having said that, I will come back to the subject of discourse. So the tension is building up, the legal battle is building up from both parties as Simon Ekpa is set to defend himself as the constitution and the laws of Finland guarantees his fundamental right to self-defense and hearing. And as time progresses, in a matter of weeks, of course, that legal battle will commence as the head of the Bureau of Investigation of the Finland government has accused the 40 state of the Biafran Republic government in exile and Simon Ekpa's activities geared towards the liberation and the independent state of Biafra. Let's listen what one of the correspondents who has to interpret the position of the head of Bureau of Investigations and the implications and what the indictment, the report of the Amnesty International over the forceful disappearances of the indigenous people of Biafra, allegedly by the Nigerian security agencies, and the way to go from here. It's an interesting moment. Of course, let's listen to her, and then you can also make your own decision or reactions via the comments section.
This is what he accused us of. Because you accuse Simon Ekpa, you accuse the whole of the 40 states of United States of Biafra. And that is what you have done. He has accused us. And he said Simon Ekpa of inciting violence against civilians and public authorities, and in either crimes in the southeast Nigeria by campaigning for examining on his social media channel. You remember, those are I am quoting from their papers. These are not my words. This is a quote I'm quoting from where their own papers are. So that is what he has accused Simon Ekpa of doing. And remember that during period where the Dr. Anthony Levy said in August, just before that, we had one of the people, I can't get the name now, one of the people who did an article. This article was done and they analyze what Simon Ekpa is doing on X. Remember, Simon talked about it and it was on his wall, on Simon Ekpa's page. He said between January to September 2024, he said there were 226 million views, analysis of PM Space View. And then he had the tweet of 5,802. And the engagement was over 20.8 million people. And the reaction he had was 11.4 million. And Prime Minister talked about that. That particular analysis is what this man has sent to the Finnish authority. When they were saying it, we did not realize that. He's been contracted to put this analysis together. So all the things we've been saying and what Simon was saying, this is what they have sent to the Finnish government, to deceive them, to lie to them. Because I want this person who did that analysis to go back now, from January of 2025, because today is just few days into February, to go back and do another analysis of Simon Ekpa, then do analysis of the Southeast that he's mentioning, then do that analysis and continue to send it to the Christopher Musa's security. They said the Department of Security were the ones that sent this information to Finland. So this guy was contracted by the Department of Security. Go and do analysis.
Hey everyone, it's Charlie. TikTok is the place to be.
Because Amnesty International said, I quote, that in the Southeast, young men are being abducted from their homes. I want to put it to Amnesty International. They are not being adopted from their homes and taken to the barracks. They are openly executing them. Open execution in front of the whole world. And their bodies being bagged, dragged, and they call them cow. This cow is heavy. Amnesty International, you need to review this particular quote. I am addressing the people I need to address. And that is a fact. You quoted that they are adopting young men and women in the Southeast and they are taking them to a place or unknown place. There are a lot of missing people. We find out that most of these missing people, some of the hotels that were brought down, a lot of dead bodies were put in them. They were missing. A lot of families are still looking for their loved ones. Their rotting bones are hidden in graves, in hotels and everything. So Amnesty International, you have more work to do to go and do another findings. How Biafran's body are secretly being adopted. This is an open war, genocidal, ethnic cleansing. They are now openly executing people. Shoot to kill is the word that they use in America. When they do their investigation, you find out that there's a word like shoot to kill. The shoot to kill policy of this drug lord, this wicked drug lord of Tinubu, and the man they call Christopher Musa. The shoot to kill policy that you have established, your terrorist rehabilitated Boko Haram, ISWAPs, and other ISIS terrorists that you have brought into the Nigerian army, and your mercenaries that you have taken up. This is a policy we can see everywhere, and we know that in the Nigerian social media, the Nigerian media, nobody will carry the news. But if this happens in Yoruba land, in the northern part of Nigeria, the news will be there. That is why we must be sensible. I'm not going to address anybody that is being paid to fight us. You know the reason why you are doing what you are doing. The rest of us who are doing what we are doing, we must continue to do what we are doing. All of this we are seeing on our social media, on X and everywhere you are seeing, this is just to give us, to demoralize us, to make us ineffective. These people will be gone. They should continue to do what they are doing because we are coming. We are coming. And then when we come, you see this media that has been silent, that haven't been saying anything. Their ugly head will pop up. Insecurity in the Southeast. That's how they describe us. The idiot was calling IPOB in the one of the videos that I watched, and he does not know the meaning of IPOB, because some of them, you can even, from the way they speak, you can even know that some of them are from the even south. You could tell from the way they speak. Some of them are people who are taking the lead, showing everything, and you could tell. And some of them are Biafrans, and he's asking, IPOB kill you there. These are ignorant people. And then we do say that this ignorance is not an excuse to commit genocide.